Hello, would you like to speak more confidently in English? If yes, let's learn these 15 useful phrasal verbs to help you widen your vocabulary so that you can speak more confidently in your day to day activities. Are you ready? Let's begin. 1. Munch on. You probably sometimes like to eat some snacks while doing some activities such as studying or watching TV. This action is called munch on. That is, to eat snacks in a casual way while doing something else, like watching TV, studying, or chatting. So, for example, you could say, I like munching on popcorn while watching TV. Or you could say, she's munching on cookies while browsing her phone. 2. Bank on. When you bank on someone or something, it means that you are relying on that thing or that person to get something done. If you rely on your parents, for instance, to give you feeding money, then you're banking on your parents for feeding. So in sentences, you could say, I'm banking on your support to get this project done. That is, I'm depending on your support for this project. In another context, you could say, I'm banking on my friend to pick me up at the airport. That is, I'm depending on my friend to come pick me up at the airport. Do you understand? 3. Cheer up. Sometimes you might be going through a bad day, then someone suddenly say a joke around you, then you suddenly burst into laughter. That moment of laughing is a moment of you cheering up. That is, you are becoming happier in that moment. Cheer up means to become happier. So, in sentences, you could say, the funny video cheered me up after a long day. Or, she's trying to cheer up a sister who is going through tough time. That is, she's trying to make her sister happy. 4. Brush up. Brush up means to improve or refresh one's memory or knowledge in a particular skill or area of life. For example, if you are watching this video to enhance your English skills, then you are brushing up your English skills with this video. In sentence, you could say, I need to brush up on my math skill before the exam. That is, I need to improve my math skill before the exam. In another context, you could say, she's brushing up on her language skills before traveling abroad. That is, she is improving or learning more on her English skills or any language skill before traveling abroad. 5. Get across. Have you ever been in a situation whereby you want to say something to someone, but you don't just want to say this thing for saying its sake? You want the person to effectively understand your message. So in this context, you say you want to get across your message. That is, you want to communicate effectively. So in sentences, you could say, I'm trying to get across the importance of saving money to my younger brother. That is, I'm trying to make my brother understand the importance of saving money. Or, in another context, you could say, she struggled to get across her point because she couldn't speak the language. That is, she struggled to communicate because she couldn't speak the language. Do you understand? Get across means to communicate effectively. 6. Check in. Check in can have two different meanings in sentences. It could mean to arrive at the airport or hotel and register. It could also mean to contact someone to update them on a particular information or to connect with them. So, in sentences, you could say, for example, I need to check in at the hotel reception before going to my room. That is, I need to register at the reception before going to my room. In another context, you could say, she likes to check in with her friends on social media every day. That is, she likes to update her friends and connect with them on social media every day. 7. Cut down on. Cut down on simply means to reduce. To reduce. So in context, you could say, I'm trying to cut down on sugar to improve my health. That is, I'm trying to reduce my sugar intake to improve my health. In another context, you could say, for example, she needs to cut down on her social media usage to focus on studies. That is, she needs to reduce her social media usage to focus on studies. 8. Fall apart. Fall apart means to fail, stop working, or to collapse. So this can be used in different contexts. You could say, for example, the bookshelf fell apart under the weight of too many books. That is, the bookshelf collapsed because of the weight of too many books. In another context, you could say, their relationship fell apart due to lack of communication. That is, their relationship failed because they stopped communicating. 9. Give up. Sometimes you might have some habits that you really want to stop doing. So in that context, you say, I need to give up this habit. That is, to quit a habit or stop doing something is give up. So in sentences, you could say, you need to give up smoking. It is bad for your health. That is, you need to stop smoking because it is bad for your health. In another example, you could say, I won't give up on my goals. That is, I won't stop working on my goals. 10. Hang out. Many people love to spend quality time with their friends and family. So, hang out means to spend lots of time together. It could be at a park, at a restaurant, or anywhere. So, for example, you could say, I love to hang out with my friends at the beach on weekends. That is, I love to spend time with my friends at the beach on weekends. In another example, you could say, she loves to hang out with her family on public holidays. That is, she loves to spend time with her family on public holidays. Do you understand? 11. Wear off. For instance, you could be very happy today because you have just achieved a success. However, few days after, this feeling of happiness will begin to disappear bit by bit. This is natural. So you describe this disappearance by saying it is wearing off or it wears off after some time. So to wear off means to stop having effect or influence or to disappear. In sentences, you could say, the pain reliever started to wear off and my headache came back. That is, the effect of the pain reliever began to disappear and the headache came back. Or you could say, the pain of the breakup wore off and I started to feel better. That is, the feelings she felt after the breakup began to disappear and she began to feel better. 12. Ash out. Sometimes you might have some pending issue with your friends, family, or even at work, and you feel the need to meet up with them and talk these issues out. So, this process of talking it out is called hash out. Hash out means to talk about something with a goal of reaching a deal or agreement. So, in sentences, you could say, we need to hash out the details of the project before we start. That is, we need to talk about some details and reach an agreement before we start. Another example, I'm meeting my friend today to hash out our travel plans. That is, I need to meet my friend today so that we can talk about and agree on our travel plans. 13. Wrap up. Wrap up simply means to finish, conclude, or complete something. So, in sentences, you could say, she wrapped up her speech with a powerful message. That is, she concluded her speech with a powerful message. Another example, let's wrap up the meeting. We've covered everything on the agenda. That is, let's conclude the meeting since we've covered everything on the agenda. 14. Look up to. When you look up to someone, it means that you respect that person and you admire some qualities in them such that you wish to be like them in that particular area of life. So, look up to means to admire and respect someone, or a sense of admiration to respect and emulate someone. So, in sentences, you could say, I look up to my teacher for her patience and guidance. That is, I would love to have more guidance and be patient like my teacher. Or you could say, she looks up to her grandmother for her wisdom and life experience. That is, she would like to learn from her grandmother her wisdom and life experience. 15. Look down on. To look down on someone means to simply think that you are better than someone. So, in sentences, you could say, my boss looks down on colleagues that cannot speak English. That is, my boss doesn't respect my colleagues that cannot speak English. In another context, you could say, she looks down on their neighbors who don't keep their yard clean. That is, she thinks she is better than their neighbors who don't keep their yard clean. So we've come to the end of this lesson. Which of the 15 phrasal verbs is your best? Let me know in the comments. If you also have any question on how to improve your English skills, let me know in the comments. I will be glad to help. This is English with RMG. Thank you for joining this lesson. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.